And this is for people that are listeners of mine and think that I know more or Jordan knows more than you do. Let me explain something. When you get so close to a problem and you understand the different sectors of it, you can be called a master of, understanding the New World Order. As Jordan said, you realize how much you don't know. And so I would imagine you discovered thousands of things that Myron Fagan didn't know, but that was the last piece or the master key, the Rosetta Stone.
Exactly.
That the tumblers flipped, and then you went, because I know your research, to a whole new level past him. But we have to understand that it was that step that brought you to the next level, and then you bring others, and then you learn more from new people, and then we just exponentially learn. Go ahead.
That's exactly right. And so I was then hot on the track of Illuminati as a philosophical concept, and so I was living in UCLA libraries, USC, Berkeley. I was all over the state and going to. I personally went to all of those because we didn't have the computers and the technology we have today. So I personally spent years at UCLA's research library, general research, USC. I used to spend days and weeks and months at USC in the stacks late at night, photocopying documents from old books. And so the more I learned, the more I knew how much I didn't know. And I was fascinated with every day I was learning things, and it's as if the Spirit was bringing me people and bringing things to me, because it's as if the Spirit in the universe knew that I wanted to know and that I was eager to learn, and so I was meeting all kinds of interesting people. And it was just blowing my mind. And then, like I said, about 1988, after I had a nervous breakdown because I lost my wife, I lost my family, I lost everything. But those things happen in life, but I wasn't ready for it, and too much of it came too quickly, and it just overwhelmed me, and I just broke down. But when I came
Did you lose your wife because of the research? Was she sick of it?
Yes, because she decided that she had had enough of me, and whatever it was that was driving me, she wanted no part of it. All the time I was living with her, she never wanted to hear anything that I was interested in.
Yeah, Richard Gage's wife, Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth, left him over this stuff. It's really sad. I'm blessed to have my wife.
And so I that was a terrible blow to me, because she just decided she's had enough. That's it. She doesn't want. She used to tell me all the time, "Why don't you just get a job and be like everybody else and just go along to get along?" And I said, "My God did not bring me into this world to go along to get along. My God brought me here to be who I am and to do what I do." I have a high respect for the concept of the divine force in the universe that men call God. I believe that certain people are brought here purposely to do work, and so I have a very high regard for spiritual things.
But not for the whorehouse churches that are Illuminati controlled.
Right. Yeah, not for the corporation's silly bull that we call the religions today, jumping around on stages and with their diamond rings and their effeminate haircuts and jumping around, falling down, and it's just an incredible display of stupidity. Think about this. If you were to go to a particular school for 40 years and study one subject for 40 years, and one day come out of that 40 years of study and can't even read or form a sentence correctly, and cannot hold an intelligent conversation with your fellow man, what kind of a school is that you've spent all your life in and can't even read? Well, the same thing is true with so many Christians who have been Christians all their life and spent all their life pursuing a church teachings and have no idea in the world what certain words mean, the etymology of words and terms and symbols, corporate logos, flags, harlotry, where concepts have come from.
The obelisk, it's all the complete opposite.
Opposite, totally opposite than what you think it is.
Well, I mean, that's the issue, and They have Benny Hinn and all those guys, and it's turned out they get government financing to start them off to make it look stupid, to actually turn spiritual people off. And I've noticed, I wanted to get your take on this, that the Illuminati, the globalists are all, whether it's Ted Turner, Maurice Strong, Prince Philip, David Rockefeller, they're all deeply occultic, deeply into this,
bet on it.
This Illuminati religion of killing their fellow humans for the greater good of Gaia. But then they finance all the atheist groups to tell people there's nothing. So they really want to turn people off from a true spiritual experience, don't they?
That's exactly right. There is a world of difference between being religious and truly spiritual. A true spiritual person is exactly what the Bible has Jesus saying. Go into your inner chambers or go someplace by yourself and pray by yourself to your Father. You don't need to dance around on a stage with diamond rings and make a fool jumping around. Spirituality is between you and your Creator, and I've always understood that. and I'm just amazed at how many people buy into, never even asking the questions, where are these people getting the money? It's just, I don't have words for it. TBN, typical TBN. They got statues of pagan gods in their yards. Bacchus, Dionysus, one of the gods that has been used to represent Satan, is out there in TBN's courtyard. The very symbol that the Christianity has used for the devil is sitting in TBN's courtyard. But consequently, nobody reads, nobody
They also
questions.
have copies of the Babylonian altar in some of their TV shows with plants sitting on it right in front of everybody. The one that was at Ishtar's
right
Gate.
in your face. Absolutely.
What's the name of that altar that the Bible says is Satan's seat? And they have copies of it on TV right in front of you.
Yeah, and the trees all around TBN. As you walk around, you'll see these spiral trees. Those spiral trees all over TBN's lot are called Shiva's phallic. They symbolize in the old Hindu religion the erect phallic of Shiva, the god Shiva. And TBN has them everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see sexual symbols, occult stuff.
And Crouch admittedly has all his homosexual mistresses, but then he speaks out against gay people on his show, and then publicly has all his male mistresses.
And look I used to be, my friend died, but a very bright guy who was just an interesting man, lived down in Balboa Island. And I used to go down to see him, and he worked at a liquor store. He was very wealthy, but just to have something to do, he worked at a liquor store on the island, Balboa Island. And he used to tell me, I'd go down and sit on the wharf and talk with him about theology and religion. He's a very, very bright guy. And he would tell me, in my liquor store, all the officials from TBN come and buy their booze, and they buy them by cases. Paul and Jan Crouch come down and buy thousands of dollars in booze and whiskey and all kinds, and throw their big parties. And I was just thinking to myself, the people are so stupid.
You ever have one of those days
hold on, Jordan.
Everything goes right?
John?
I get the best parking space at work.
John?
Tonight.
Yes, sir?
Let me talk to Jordan.